Just like with any Apple product on the market today, there are so many options and variations for consumers to choose from. The Apple Watch lineup is no different. There are 3 different tiers with multiple sizes and colors to choose from. The lineup consists of the Apple Watch SE, the Apple Watch Series 8, and the Apple Watch Ultra. On the rack, we have Apple's entry-level watch, the Apple Watch SE. This is likely the watch I'll be recommending to most of you out there. By the end of this video, you'll understand if this is the right watch to upgrade to or even make that purchase for the first time ever. But you'll also understand what's not available on this watch that are likely on the higher tiered models such as the Apple Watch Series 8 and the Apple Watch Ultra. All right, let's get started and unbox. I have the SE all set up. Let's talk about some features and functionalities of the watch. When it comes to design, there are 2 options. There's a 40mm size and also the 44mm size. The watch comes with an aluminum finish and 3 colors, midnight, starlight, and silver. I have the midnight here and this is the one I usually go with. When it comes to connectivity, there are 2 options. There's the GPS only and the cellular option. The GPS only allows you to connect via Bluetooth and Wi-Fi to your iPhone. So if you'd like to receive notifications or make calls from your watch, you'd have to be on the same Wi-Fi network or on Bluetooth. So let's say within 30 feet from your phone. The second is cellular option. This is an added fee that you'd have to pay your cellular provider, but essentially you could leave your house without your phone and you can use your watch just like your phone. If you wanna make calls, if you wanna text folks, you can do that with leaving your phone at home. I typically use this at the gym. So when I go to the gym, I have my cellular Series 7 and I actually don't take my wallet or my phone to the gym. I wanna focus solely on that workout and I'm just bringing my watch so that I can measure my workouts and also listen to music and connect to my AirPods. Pricing for the GPS only models start at $249 for the 40mm option and $279 for the 44mm option. The cellular options are slightly above those amounts. The display is a Retina OLED display, and this display has been used on the previous Apple Watches before this one. It's responsive, it gets bright, and it's a pretty great and visually pleasing watch to look at. When it comes to the ideal buyer of the Apple Watch SE, there's likely 2 features and functionalities that are important to that user. One is going to be receiving notifications without using their phone. The whole goal for an Apple Watch user is to ensure that they don't need to use their phone and they can interact with their watch instead. The second is going to be fitness activities and measuring that. The Apple Watch has had activity and workouts on its watch for several years now, and there are multiple workouts and sports that folks can choose from. This will help measure certain calories burned, distance traveled, even heart rate measurements as well throughout that activity. What Apple Watches are typically known for that fitness enthusiast, is the activity rings that you get to hit each day. So for those of you who are new to the Apple Watch ecosystem, there's essentially 3 goals that you can hit. One is gonna be your move goal, your exercise goal, and then your stand goal. The move goal measures the amount of calories that you've burned throughout the day. The exercise goal measures how many minutes of the day you've actually exercised for. And then third is the stand goal, where each hour of the day, you have to stand for at least 1 minute within that hour. There are also 2 other Apple Watches that consumers can choose from, the Apple Watch Series 8 and also the Apple Watch Ultra. However, the Apple Watch SE does share similar features to these higher tiered models. So let's take a look at that list today. First is the processor. The Apple Watch SE shares the exact same S8 chip, similar to the Apple Watch Series 8 and the Ultra today. That means that it's gonna be fast and smooth and very responsive, and you won't notice any slowness to the watch at all. It actually has the exact same battery that the Series 8 has, and that measurements of upwards to 18 hours a day of usage. Low power mode is also shared between these watches as well, which allows you to essentially lower the functionalities of the watch so that you can conserve battery throughout the day. This will likely turn off sensors and any background activities. The SE also shares the same improved sleep tracking measurements, so it'll now measure how much REM sleep and deep sleep that you get throughout the night, and it'll show you on the apps within your phone. The Apple Watch SE is also water resistant up to 50 meters. This is the exact same for the Series 8, while the Apple Watch Ultra goes up to 100 meters. One main function that the Apple Watch does share, and it's been consistent throughout all Apple Watches, is that it's gonna monitor your heart rate throughout the day. If your heart rate, let's say, dips below a certain low threshold or goes above a high threshold, it'll let you know. When it comes to safety features, the Apple Watch SE also has crash and fall detection. So fall detection was on the previous model, but crash detection has been added to all of Apple's new products on the iPhone and the Apple Watch lineups. The Apple Watch will sense if you're in a car crash or if you take a bad fall, such as slipping on ice, and it'll actually alert your emergency services and emergency contacts, but it's gonna give you a time of 10 seconds. And within that 10 seconds, the Apple Watch will ask you, are you okay? And you can select yes, but if you let it go to 0, it will alert those emergency contacts right away. Hopefully you never need to use this, and I'm never gonna test that out because I don't wanna go through that process, but hopefully that is a feature and functionality that you never need to use, but we'll trust Apple to ensure that it works. And then last but not least is Apple Pay. So these are on all Apple Watches, and essentially how I use Apple Pay is that when I'm going to the gym, which I mentioned earlier today, let's say if I wanna grab a drink after or maybe a snack, I'm gonna go to a store and I don't have my wallet or my phone with me. But if I go to the counter and pay through the payment method, I'm just gonna double tap on the side here at the bottom. It's gonna bring up the credit card that I have on my Apple Pay. All I have to do is tap it on the machine and I'm good to go. Let's take a look at the features that are not on the Apple Watch SE, and you'll likely have to opt with the Apple Watch Series 8, Apple Watch Ultra, or potentially a Series 7 if you can find it on the market today. The first are sensors. The Apple Watch SE does not have a blood oxygen, an ECG, and also a temperature sensor. These are all exclusive to the Series 8 and the Apple Watch Ultra. The blood oxygen level sensor allows you to measure the blood oxygen level of your body. The ECG allows you to measure your heartbeat, and it'll actually let you know if it's an abnormal one or not. Finally is the temperature sensor, which measures your body temperature. This really helps for estimates for your menstrual cycles and also fertility planning. I think the most important one that's missing on the Apple Watch SE is the always on display. As you can see here, when I'm not looking at the Apple Watch, it's a black screen. On the Apple Watch Series 5, 6, 7, 8, and the Apple Watch Ultra, they all have an always on display. So instead of it being a black screen just like this, you'll actually be able to see what's on my screen. So you'll be able to see the time from a glance. With the Apple Watch SE, I essentially have to put it in front of my face and then look at it, and that's when the screen will turn on. One watch is my Apple Watch Series 7 that I have, and that has the always on display. You can see that the time and all my apps and icons that are on the screen are showing. This Apple Watch SE has that dim screen that I'm talking about because it does not have an always on display. This might not be important to Apple Watch users out there. So if that's the case, the Apple Watch SE is perfect unless you need those previous sensors that we just mentioned. When typing on the Apple Watch SE, you actually have to use either dictation, so speaking to Siri, or there's a scribble keyboard that you can use. On the Series 7 and 8 and also the Apple Watch Ultra, you actually have a QWERTY keyboard on it. So you can actually type from a keyboard versus typing in each letter or even speaking to the Apple Watch. This actually comes pretty handy, and I actually dislike that the Apple Watch SE does not have a QWERTY keyboard. I mentioned that the Apple Watch SE has two sizes, 40 millimeters and 44 millimeters. The Series 8 has a 41 millimeter watch and also a 45. So the 41 and 45 are actually stretched slightly on that display, so they have thinner bezels. As you can see, the bezels on the SE are slightly bigger than the Series 7 that I have here because this is a 45 millimeter watch while this is a 44. So for some context, the Series 7 is exactly the same as the Series 8, except the temperature sensor, which is new to the 8 model. And last but not least is the finish. The SE only comes in an aluminum finish, while the Series 8 comes in an aluminum, and it also comes in a stainless steel finish. All right, so recommendation time. If you don't care about those sensors that we had mentioned, the blood oxygen, ECG, and the temperature sensor, and always on display is not important to you, you're okay with seeing that black dim screen, then go with the Apple Watch SE. It's got many of the same features and functionalities that make an Apple Watch so special, such as the fitness tracking, it's water resistant, it allows you to pay with Apple Pay, it's got crash and fall detection. The Apple Watch SE is going to be a fantastic purchase, and you do not need to upgrade to those higher tiered models unless the always on display or those sensors are important to you. Thanks so much for watching today, and hope this video has been extremely valuable. Remember to like and subscribe below, and see you next time on the Tech Rack.